Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Neat Biology Made Easy. Today the concept which we have picked that people often confused here too is microsporogenesis. Today myself Darshan is Gowda will be going on with this lecture related to microsporogenesis. This is the continued part of the ongoing series of sexual reproduction in flowering plants chapter. In the previous lecture we have discussed deeply about the structure of anther and its importance. Kindly I request all of those who are new to my channel to subscribe to my channel so that you never miss any latest updates, and like if you like the video, and comment if there are any suggestions or any doubts related to any concepts which are taken in these classes. Then let us move on with it. And more importantly, if you are new to this video, first I would request you to first go back and see our previous video on structure of anther and then come back to this video so that some concepts become easier out here which require the concepts taught in the previous lecture as prerequisites. Now let's move on with it. Welcome. Are you excited for a fun learning session? Yeah, you will be, with the same confidence, with the same enthusiasm. Even I am moving on with it. Microsporogenesis. Microsporogenesis. This is a big term. This is a big term actually. It contains 5, 10, 15, 17 letters. But what is hidden in it? We always need to do that. We always have to break complex concepts and then make those into simple fragments which we already know and then integrate them so that we get a better understanding of them. We have done the same in the previous lecture too. If people who have watched it will be knowing about it. We took big terms. The big terms never scare us from now. What we are doing for the big terms, we are breaking them down. We are understanding each and every word hidden in it, and then we are integrating so that the term or the concept or the biggest terms or scariest terms, even biggest terms or bigger terms also are going deeply into our head after we understand in this way. With me on this, today also we will be doing the same. We will be understanding each and every terms in a very easy manner. Now let's move on with it. Today's agenda, or today's the main stuff for today, or the agenda for today's lecture is microsporogenesis. What do you understand by the word microsporogenesis? This word is made up of two words. Shall I break it now? Let's break it. Microspore and then genesis. Genesis, we know genesis means something related to formation. Clear on this? Genesis means formation. Then what is this microspore? This microspore is a stuff, or to be precise, they are the spores which gives rise to the male gametophyte here, which is pollen grains in this case. That and all we'll be doing in upcoming slides and upcoming videos too. But here what we have to understand in this term is these are spores or microspores. The formation of microspores is termed as microsporogenesis. What leads to the formation? What are the process involved? What is the use of microspores? That and all we will be doing further. So you must be crystal clear about the word microsporogenesis by this time. Once again, with me children, microspore and genesis. Microspore, genesis. Genesis means formation. Microspore means the normal microspores which we will be discussing further. The formation of microspores is known as microsporogenesis. This much is crystal clear. I think I have done the justice to this term. So we have revised it also one time, more than one time. So now let's move on with it. What and all I have said in the previous slide, that only has been repeated here. See, first only we should understand the concept. Whatever we do, we should be clear about the concept, and then if we go to the definitions, those definitions seem really easy. That's what I have experienced. See, even I am a student studying, and even I know what are the things and what are the assets of our preparation which confuses us, which leads to anxiety and all. So only I will be always telling or stressing upon many times upon the concepts which are really important, and often confusing too, or not that detailedly or easily given in the textbooks also. So let's continue. Let's come back to the discussion. The cells in the sporogenous tissue undergo complete meiosis, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, to give rise to a microspore tetrad. Here the keywords are the cells in sporogenous tissue. When we were discussing about the term microsporogenesis, we thought about what leads to this formation, right? Here comes the answer for it. Formation is led by cells of sporogenous tissue. Sporogenous tissue we have done detailedly in the previous video, where we have discussed the structure of anther. Remember the sporogenous tissue, where it was located? It was located at the inner part of the tapetum in the microsporangium. Yeah, that and all you must remember correctly. Yeah, with the same confidence I am moving on. Yeah, these sporogenous tissue is sporogenous tissue, the cells which form the tissue. We all know since class 9 that the definition of tissue, the cells which perform similar function is the aggregate of cells which perform similar function is known as the tissue. Yeah, that and all we not need here, but still sporogenous tissue undergoes complete meiosis to produce a microspore tetrad. Yeah, now we are clear about this sporogenous tissue undergoes meiosis, and then we are clear about meiosis 1 and 2 also. But what is this microspore tetrad? Yeah, we were talking about the production of microspore, hence microspore. And what is this tetrad? Tetra we know, children. Yeah, tetra is not a foreign word for us. In the previous video itself, we have learned that tetrasporangiate structure term. That seemed difficult in the first sight, but after the video you were pretty much sorted and you were great about the understanding of the tetrasporangiate and the bilobed structure of anther. Yeah, yes. Tetrad means 4. Since in meiosis the daughter cells become 4, I mean one meiocyte undergoes meiosis to give 4 daughter cells. Yeah, my tongue is itching to say haploid now only. Now only not need. In the future slides I will be explaining meiosis also in basic detail. Yeah. For now, sporogenous tissue cells or the cells in sporogenous tissue undergo complete meiosis to give rise to a microspore tetrad. This means the cells undergo meiosis to give 4 microspores. So there are questions based on this in NEET preparation time and all, regarding there are n number of sporogenous mother cells or sporogenous tissue cells, then how many microspores are formed? Then your answer should be 4n. Yeah, this is a slightly small concept, so I have just boxed it. Yeah, but you will be understanding. If you are clear with the concept, then these type of MCQs become a cakewalk for you. Yeah, we have spent an ample amount of time here. Microsporogenesis, we are clear that it is the formation of microspores, but now we are also clear about the fact that sporogenous tissue, the cells in the sporogenous tissue, are the reason of the formation of microspores. Good to go? Yeah. Microspore to pollen. So now we have got the microspores. What is the function of it? See, what is the function of spores always when we were learning in class 11th, when we were discussing the plant kingdom about the alternation of generation? What used to happen was, these spores which was produced by the sporophytic generation was giving rise to a gametophytic generation. The same happens here. Gametophytic generation. The main function of these microspores is to give rise to a gametophyte, the male gametophyte precisely, which in turn produces the gametes. So that and all we are pretty much clear about it. So yeah, gametophyte formation is the prior function of the spores. Here also the same happens. Microspore transfers or develops or undergoes 3D conformational changes to form a pollen grain. The pollen grain is the male gametophyte here. To produce a male gamete, there is a need of development of male gametophyte. Yeah, we know that since 11th class, children, the gametes are developed by the gametophytes. Yeah, that we are sorted. Yeah, that much we must be sorted. Yeah. Okay then, which is a pollen grain in this case that I have told to you. So now that we are clear about the fact that the cells in sporogenous tissue are the reason and they undergo meiosis to produce 4 microspores. So let us see a bit detail about it. Yeah, they undergo meiosis. This we have done already in the previous or previous slide. They undergo meiosis to give rise to haploid microspores. Yeah, this microspore term is ringing the bell in my head. In remember children in 11th class when we were discussing about Selaginella and Salvinia, we were taught about the topic heterospory. Heterospory is production of two types of spores. We there it was giving rise to microspore and macrospore. Yeah, see, you have come to know about me that I always try to recall 11th class concepts. Yeah, but even to the people who are watching this video, I am giving a suggestion as a friend actually. So, whenever you come across any 11th related concept in the 12th class preparation when you are preparing, you know, even if you think that this concept is foreign, I don't remember any sort of this from my 11th class preparation. No need to panic. You never need to panic about the fact that you are not, there is some gap in your preparation. What you should do then? You must never panic. Just go back to the 11th class books or notes or cards, whatever of that sort you may have been prepared when you are preparing in class 11th or when you are studying class 11th. So you will go back there, read this concept once, and then glance to the notes or whatever you have made by yourself, and then come back, and now you are sorted by the concept and you are ready, and you are most importantly that you are confident that I came to know about something which I hadn't known. That's what makes you a standout one, guys. Seriously speaking, the 11th class preparation becomes really important. People often ignore it. So only I'll always be, whenever I get a chance, I'll be waiting for the chance to just revise about class 11th concepts even in these videos also. Yeah, now we'll be moving on with the concept. We saw that the cells in the sporogenous tissue, this one, yeah, there are many there. Yeah, they undergo meiosis to give rise to haploid microspores. That we are clear with it. I am telling this for fifth time actually. Now what is these terms? Pollen mother cells, microspore mother cells. These terms I have seen in many books and I have seen many times. These terms is nothing but they are signifying the same point, that the cells in the sporogenous tissue itself. But why are they named so? As always, we are going deep into the terms. Why are they named so? What is the reason behind it, and what are the meanings of the individual words here? See, we know that the pollen grain or the male gametophyte is needed to be produced from the microspores. Since the microspores only are produced by these sporogenous cells in the sporogenous tissue, it also becomes a mother for the pollen grains or the developing pollen grain. Hence it is known as pollen mother cells. And then since it gives rise to microspores, it is referred to as microspore mother cells. Clear with this? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, this I kept a blank slide just to give a sneak peek and just to recall meiosis, which you have studied in class 11th in great detail. Here I'll not go to that detail. I'll just simply giving an sneak peek into the concept of meiosis. See, what happens in meiosis is there will be a meiocyte. Meiocyte means the cell which undergoes meiosis. Yeah, this meiocyte will undergo meiosis. Meiosis is the reductional division. We have already seen that in class 11th. Meiosis is reductional division. Then what is mitosis referred to as, children? Yeah, this it will be up to you. I'll be leaving this to you. You can answer this in the comment section. I'll be pinning the one's comment who gives it the first. I mean, it should be correct and it should be given first. Then I'll be pinning it. Yeah, the question is simple. If meiosis can be referred to as reductional division, then what mitosis is referred to as? It's pretty simple one. Just thought of leaving this to you. Yeah, let's come back. Meiocyte undergoes meiosis to produce 4 cells. The great thing about meiosis is, why do we call that reductional division? Because if the meiocyte has 2n number of cells, then the microspores, or sorry, in this case it is microspores, but generally speaking the daughter cells will have n number of chromosomes. So what has happened here? Chromosomal number has been halved. Clear on this? But in this case of microsporogenesis, this meiosis is being underwent by the cells which are PMC or MMC or cells of sporogenous tissue. Yeah, it's becoming shabby out here. Just we'll wind up with this meiosis here itself. Yeah, meiosis, we are clear about it. The meiocyte undergoes reductional division or meiosis to produce 4 daughter cells which contains half the number of chromosomes which the meiocyte contains. And then another important thing here which we require here, what we require is the cells formed contain half the number of chromosomes. But another thing which I require here, and I have put it in the first slide of our discussion, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. What are these? They are just the half of process of which is signified by half of process of meiosis. Half the process of meiosis is called meiosis 1. This and all should not be new to you children, so I'm not going in great detail about it. It will be followed by meiosis 2. To be further clear that let this be the meiocyte, undergo meiosis 1. After meiosis 1 there will be 2 cells formed, and these undergo meiosis 2, which is similar to mitosis and gives rise to 4 cells. Yeah, this was what I thought to deliver you about. I mean, just not deliver, since this is not a new concept, just to recall you about the concept of meiosis here. Yeah, now that we are, the main aim of production of microspores was nothing but to produce the pollen grains, which are in turn produced by microspores itself. So the spores are ready now. The spores are formed by the process of what? Yeah, microsporogenesis. By the process of microsporogenesis, now that we are ready with the spores, we need that spores to give rise to a male gametophyte here, which is the pollen grain here. So now we'll be learning what all happens, I mean what all the conformational changes which occurs in microspores, which makes them a pollen grain or the male gametophyte, which was the objective which for which they arose. Yeah, this is pretty simple. I'll be going a bit fast here. The microspores grow in size. Yeah, they grow in size since they have to accommodate the male gamete in the further stages. Yeah, the development of spiny stuff outside. Yeah, it should be protected, right? When it is that important that it is producing gametes and carrying gametes with it, it must be protected. So there is a hard spiny covering in the outer side of it. It is known as exine, and the material is known as sporopollenin. Let's do one thing, let's take it in the next lecture itself. It will become too heavy if we discuss all here. Let's come back. The microspore will grow in size, the development of spiny stuff outside to protect it from the external agents, then rich cytoplasm. So let us understand the reason behind this rich cytoplasm here. People often just know that he has rich cytoplasm, but most of them fail to understand why it is needed or why it happens like this. Rich cytoplasm it's pretty simple, guys. Rich cytoplasm is present only for the only function, since it has to provide nutrition for the growing gamete inside it. Clear? Gametophyte contains gamete in it, so it has to provide nourishment to the gamete so that it is well developed and capable for further fertilization. Clear on this? Yeah. Nutrition, I will say. And then here also large vacuoles are developed. Why are they developed? In the future there will be cells formed, and those are to be pushed towards the wall. This will be done in detail in the next upcoming lectures, but here what I am insisting upon the point is that we must understand. See, just to read grow in size, development of spiny stuff outside, it's simple, but if we understand it, it will never be forgotten by us. Yeah, large vacuoles are present. It helps it is known as vacuolation. The development of large vacuole is known as vacuolation. It helps in pushing the constituent cells towards the wall. That and all I'll be doing in great detail in the next upcoming lectures. So we are done with it. Let's move on with it. Yeah, this is one of the important slides of today's class. Though it contains very less content, this is really important. Misconception. There are many misconceptions, but here, pollen as a gamete. See, even I am saying personally that even I, until studying this topic, was really, I was thinking, or my knowledge was there about the pollen, that it only is a male gamete. So, from today, you also should be clear. Clear about what? Clear about the fact that pollen grain or pollen is not a gamete. No, it's not a gamete. Then what it is? We have done that already. It is the gametophyte, which gives rise to gamete in the future stage. I mean, the later on stage. Yeah, this was a small bit of information which I couldn't resist myself from saying, since even I had faced the problem of the same. So from now, you remember that pollen grain is not at all a gamete, but it is a gametophyte which gives rise to gametes in the later stage. Clear on this? Okay. So now we have the pollen grain. Pollen grain is the gametophyte. I'm repeating this many times. You know why I repeat stuff? That you have to be crystal clear about that. See, these concepts are those types of concepts which you, if you learn once, then they will never be forgotten. But you must take the initiative to learn once at least. Yeah, that we will do together. So we know that the pollen grain is gametophyte. This must give rise to gametes in the later stage or the final stage. Yeah, that the second part. Let's do one thing. Let's take the second part in the next video. Here I'll be covering part of it. Yeah, these undergo mitosis. Note the type of cell division. Mitosis. Meiosis is reductional division. And similarly, mitosis is, yeah, this one I have left to you. You must write in the comment section. The mitosis occurs, I mean, the pollen grain undergoes mitosis to give rise to 2 cells. Yeah, in meiosis it was giving rise to 4 cells, but what happens in mitosis is there is no reduction. There is no reduction in the chromosomal number. Just what happens is the cell divides. Oh, I am giving the clue. Yeah, the cell divides such that the resultant daughter cells also have the same equal number of chromosomes as the parent cell has. This was just a sneak peek for mitosis. Yeah, now that the pollen grain has undergone mitosis, there must be 2 resultant cells. These 2 cells are named differently. One is a generative cell and one is the vegetative cell. Clear about this? Once again, let's do this once again, children. The pollen grain, which is the male gametophyte, undergoes mitosis to give 2 cells of the same ploidy. Ploidy and all, I will be taking a separate video on it, so that it doesn't involve in your understanding right now. So the 2 cells are ready, which came after the pollen grain underwent mitosis. Those are vegetative cell and generative cell. Clear on this? Yeah, clear. So we can move on with it. Yeah. Now that we came to know about the fact that after pollen grain undergoes mitosis, there will be production of 2 cells. One is known as vegetative cell and the other is known as generative cell. Just let us glance through what are the features of it, what makes them different and all. Yeah, vegetative cell is large in size, irregularly shaped. It has abundant food reserve. This insists, this must ring a bell in your mind, that why does it has an abundant food reserve? That it must nourish the developing gamete. Understood? Understood regarding this? Yeah. Now the next point is, it is rich in nutrients. Again, this is also insisting the same point, that it must provide nourishment to the growing gamete. inside the male gametophyte. Clear on this? Yeah. So now that we have understood about vegetative cell and its features, what is a generative cell? Yeah, generative cell, primarily we know that it is the cell which is produced as the resultant of the mitosis which is occurred by pollen grains. Pollen grains, and see, I'm telling for the third time, pollen grains undergo mitosis to produce two cells which are known as vegetative cell and generative cell. Vegetative cell, we already saw that it is large in shape, it has abundant food reserve, it is irregularly shaped, and it is rich in nutrients and all. Now let us see about generative cell. Yeah, in the picture also which our Jack is holding, we have been seeing that the vegetative cell is larger compared to the generative cell. Yeah, generative cell is small in size, floats in cytoplasm of vegetative cell. Yeah, this is a bit confusing fact here, but let us take that very easily. This is the vegetative cell. So since the vegetative cell is very large, it just accommodates the cytoplasm of the vegetative cell. There is not a biggie of a concept. Yeah, it has dense cytoplasm. It has dense cytoplasm, and then it has a dense nucleus. See, these points and all are hinting something. Dense nucleus, dense cytoplasm. See, when we were studying cells cycle and division in class 11, there we were seeing these features in the cells which divide to give rise to daughter cells. Yeah, this is hinting something to me. I think it is hinting for you also that generative cell, at the first sight when we saw the word or we heard the word, we felt that it must generate something, and now that we have seen here dense cytoplasm and dense nucleus, we are crystal clear about the fact that these generative cell must divide or undergo some changes and develop into some other thing. I mean, it must generate something. I'll be living with this clue, generate something. This something must be found out by you. Be curious, be enthusiastic, let the temperament be with you, which helps you a lot. So then, yeah, this is often we come across this word oftentimes. Yeah, bi-celled stage. As always, we break the big words or complex words into small words or smaller words. See, I'm speaking basic English. Yeah, small and all. Smaller words, and then we understand it to the deeper extent. Bi-celled stage. What does this mean? Bi means two, celled means, yeah, cell means two cell stage. Here the pollen grain or the male gametophyte consists two cells, vegetative cell, generative cell. Since it contains two cells, it is referred to as bi-celled stage. Bi-celled stage will be changed next, and the story is not yet over, since we are in a desperate need of that male gamete. If we get that male gamete, then we are sorted, but until then the story continues. Yeah, now we are almost halfway through the story that it occurs just before dehiscence. Dehiscence is not a big word for us, it is not difficult for us, since we have learned that in detail in the previous video, that it is the dispersal of anthers, dispersal of pollen from anther. So now you may be thinking that at bisexual stage the pollen grains will be given out by the anther. Yes, you are right, but that and all will be covered in extensively. It will be covered extensively in the upcoming videos. So now we are cleared about the word that bisexual stage is clear, since in many books these have come many times. You should not seem that this word is foreign, so only I am saying this. Yeah, bisexual stage word is clear. So this stage is happening just before dehiscence. This is the important point in this slide. Just before dehiscence. Just note this, and then we can move on with it. Yeah. Now this was it from my side. I thought of doing the whole thing. I mean the whole story till we get a gamete about microgametogenesis and all in this one lecture itself. Then I thought that it would be too heavy to do everything in one shot. Let's do it separately so that you people also will find it a bit easy to understand. Yeah. So now this was it from my side, but Jack is reminding me of something here. What is he saying? Structural part of pollen grain. Oh yes, the structural part of pollen grain is not yet done, right? About how the pollen grain will be. Yeah, we just hinted that it will be spiny, but what are all the layers present? We must do that in detail. Thank you, Jack. Thank you so much, Jack. I'm really excited and really thankful for you. So this also will be covered in the next lecture about microgametogenesis and the continued story of getting a male gamete. Now we are halfway through, or we are in the journey of getting a male gamete. So that now this was it from my side. Thank you for attending this. Thank you for watching this video. If you have liked this video, kindly like the video, and if you have any suggestions or any kind of sorts doubts regarding any concepts or anything, you feel free to put that in the comment section. I'll be reading each and everyone's comment, and I'll be replying to each and everyone. So feel free to comment any suggestions or any doubts and all of that sort. So this is Darshan S. Gowda signing off, and we are Neat Biology Made Easy YouTube channel. So keep studying, keep motivated, stay home, stay safe, and keep studying. Thank you.